Namaste and welcome back to Temples, Books and Science. I am Archana Raghuram and let's continue our exploration of the Lalita Sahasranamam. In the last episode, we witnessed the valor of the Shaktis in the battle against ignorance. We now enter a pivotal phase in the goddess's divine play, where familiar powers are invoked in unique and profound ways. We begin with the 77th name, Kameshwara mukaloka kalpita Shri Ganeshwara. This name translates to she who created Lord Ganesha by the mere glance of Kameshwara's face. Let us delve into the beautiful narrative and the symbolism behind this divine manifestation. Imagine the tender exchange between Lalita Devi and Kameshwara, Lord Shiva. A gentle, loving glance from the goddess met with a reciprocal smile from Shiva. From this radiant exchange, Ganesha manifests as a direct result of their divine love, Vatsalya Bhavam. His two tusks, curving gracefully, are themselves an embodiment of their joyous smiles. He emerges as Sri Vidya Ganapati, Vallabha Ganapati, a child of pure divine love. This Ganesha's form, like his creation, is truly unique, a testament to the divine union of Shiva and Lalita Tripura Sundari. He possesses 10 arms, each representing the 10 Indriyas, the 5 sense organs, Jnanendriyas, and 5 organs of action, Karmendriyas, which he masterfully controls. In his hands, he holds various objects, each a powerful symbol of his multifaceted nature and divine authority. He carries the weapons of his parents, Shiva and Lalita Devi, the Shulam, trident, and Pasham, noose, representing his power over time and the ability to bind and release, the sugarcane, symbolizing sweetness and the fruits of spiritual practice, and the Ankusham, goad, representing his ability to guide and control. Significantly, he also bears the weapons of his maternal uncle, Lord Vishnu, the Shankha, conch, and the Chakra, discus, symbolizing divine sound and cosmic order. In his trunk, he holds the Ratna Kalasham, symbolizing abundance and the treasures of wisdom, both material and spiritual. This unique form of Ganesha, combining the attributes of his parents and maternal uncle, underscores his role as a powerful and all-encompassing deity, capable of overcoming any obstacle and bestowing both material and spiritual blessings. Seated on his lap is Vallabha Devi, a form of goddess Lakshmi, signifying prosperity and auspiciousness. This is why he is also called Sri Vidya Ganapati, a form connected to the highest knowledge and the manifestation of divine abundance. Ganesha's form carries profound philosophical implications. His human body represents Maya, this illusionary world of perception, while his elephant head symbolizes Brahman, the ultimate reality, the pure consciousness that transcends Maya. Thus, his form eloquently illustrates the truth that the universe, though seemingly real, functions within and through Brahman. Brahman pervades and yet transcends the universe. Ganesha, with his elephant head atop a human body, embodies this duality, the Vyakta and Avyakta Swarupam of Brahman. Vyaktam, the manifest universe, is Lalita. Avyaktam, the pure consciousness, is Shiva. And Ganapati is the harmonious union of both. Now you might wonder, wasn't Ganesha created from Parvati's sandalwood paste? Yes, that is a well-known narrative. However, in the vast tapestry of Sanatana Dharma, these stories are not contradictory. In the infinite cycles of creation and destruction, divine beings manifest in countless ways across countless universes. Somewhere in some universe, this is how Ganesha was created, through the loving glance of Shiva and Lalita. This exemplifies the beauty of our timeless tradition, multifaceted stories reflecting the infinite possibilities of the divine. It should also be noted that these divine manifestations are not arbitrary. Each sacred story and form embodies a unique facet of the divine, a principle beautifully reflected in the diverse mantras associated with them. The various forms of Ganesha itself possess distinct mantras. The Heramba Ganapati mantra, a powerful invocation for protection and strength, differs from the Siddhi Vinayaka mantra, which is chanted for the attainment of success and spiritual accomplishments. Similarly, the Vallabha Ganapati mantra, associated with this form of Ganesha, is a 28-syllable invocation specifically designed to dispel doubts, foster clarity, and cultivate unwavering faith. Each form, each mantra serves a distinct purpose. This leads us to a crucial question. Why did Lalita Devi invoke Ganesha in this specific form? With her arsenal of 64 crore Shaktis, why was her son needed? What unique challenge did Bhandasura present that necessitated Ganesha's intervention? The answer to this intriguing question and the specific purpose of this manifestation can be understood in the next name. The 78th name in the Lalita Sahasranamam is Mahaganesha Nirbhinna Vigna Yantra Praharshita. This name means she who was overjoyed by Mahaganesha's destruction of Vigna Yantra. Vigna Yantra means the yantra that creates obstacles. This name signifies Lalita's joy at Ganesha's swift action in overcoming the obstacle presented by Bhandasura's army. To understand Lalita's joy, we need to delve into the nature of the obstacle Ganesha overcame, the Vigna Yantra. To hinder Lalita Devi's forces, Vishukra, Bhandasura's brother, unleashed a formidable weapon, the Vigna Yantra, also known as Jayavigna Shila. Infused with powerful destructive forces, this yantra emanated debilitating negative energies, plunging Lalita Devi's 64 crore Shaktis into demotivation and despair. So profound was the yantra's effect that it shook the entire army to its core, necessitating the creation of Vallabha Ganapati and requiring Lalita Devi to invoke the power of Kameshwara. What were these dark powers within the yantra that caused such an effect on the Shaktis? If you know their names, it will become clear to you that this is a war that is being waged within us, in our minds. These are the names of the dark powers that Vishukra infused into the Vigna Yantra. Alasa, which means laziness. Kripana means a sense of poverty, neediness. Deena, feeling of inferiority, helplessness. Nidra, sleep. Tandra, which means sluggishness or lack of vitality and energy. Pramilika is a lack of focus. Kliba, lack of courage. Nirahankara, lack of self-confidence and self-belief. Notably, Kliba, lack of courage, is one of the dark forces that Lord Krishna warns Arjuna against in the Bhagavad Gita. In fact, these are his first words to Arjuna. Klaibyam masmagama partha. Yield not to this klibam, O Partha, it does not become you. So, how did Ganesha counter the debilitating effects of the Vigna Yantra's dark powers? He didn't introduce external forces. Instead, he tapped into the inherent joy and positive energies that reside within the self. He invoked Amoda, joy, the simple pure joy that is the foundation of our being. Pramoda, great joy, the overflowing, exuberant joy that transcends ordinary happiness. Sumukha, cheerfulness, the radiant positivity that brightens our inner landscape. Durmukha, determination, the unwavering resolve that arises from a joyful heart. Avigna, absence of obstacles, the natural state of freedom that emerges when joy prevails. Vignakarta, creator of obstacles for negative forces, the power to redirect and obstruct negativity through the strength of pure joy. It was through these inherent states of joy and positivity that Ganesha shattered the Vigna Yantra. This act demonstrates that the most potent weapon against negativity is not external force, but the cultivation and activation of the innate joy that dwells within us. It also indicates that all the negative qualities like laziness, miserliness, lack of courage are inherently incompatible with happiness. By tapping into this inner source of bliss, we effectively dismantle the obstacles that hinder our spiritual progress and dispel the darkness that clouds our minds. Witnessing Ganesha's triumphant destruction of the Vigna Yantra, Lalita Devi experiences profound joy, described as Praharshita, signifying her ecstatic delight. If you recall, in the last episode, we saw the 5 names that delighted the goddess. But this victory is particularly special, eliciting a state of great delight, Praharshita. To understand why, we must delve into the symbolism of this name. When we embark on the spiritual path, we encounter many obstacles. Doubt is a formidable obstacle. We question the profound truths of the Vedas, especially the assertion Tattvamasi, you are Brahman, a central tenet of Advaita Vedanta. Accepting this requires a big leap of faith. We also grapple with self doubt, wondering how we can transcend the illusions of Maya. These doubts, like the Vigna Yantra, hinder our progress. So, how do we overcome these doubts? The Upanishads offer a clear answer. The Mundaka Upanishad proclaims, Vidyate Hridaya Granthi Chidyante Sarva Samshaya Tasmin Drishte Paravare. When our awareness is fixed on the supreme reality, on Brahman, all doubts vanish. This state of clarity and freedom from doubt, where the individual soul realizes its oneness with the universal consciousness, this Parabrahma Anubhavam is what is called Ganesha Sthiti. It is this Upanishadic assertion that is depicted as Ganesha's creation, born from the pure, undivided gaze of Lalita Devi upon Shiva. Just as that divine glance extinguishes any separation between them, Ganesha Sthiti signifies the complete eradication of doubt, the dissolution of the illusionary division between the self and the divine, between Atma and Brahman. This state of unwavering focus, where the mind is stilled and the doubt is banished, the Ganesha Sthiti, allows us to rise above the pull of our senses and the restlessness of our actions, resulting in the destruction of all obstacles, symbolized by the shattering of the Vigna Yantra. This complete eradication of doubt is a state of profound bliss. So, Praharshita. Thus, Lalita Devi's invocation of Vallabha Ganapati to destroy the Vigna Yantra embodies a profound spiritual truth, a guide for us to remove our own internal obstacles and attain the state of unified vision, the Ganesha Sthiti. In the grand cosmic drama of Lalita Sahasranamam, we now witness a pivotal moment, a direct confrontation between the embodiment of pure knowledge, Lalita Devi, and the personification of utter ignorance, Bhandasura. This is no ordinary skirmish. It's an epic clash of cosmic proportions. Lalita Devi, radiant and majestic, ascends her Chakraraja Ratha, a divine chariot described in the Lalitopakyanam as a marvel of cosmic engineering. Its wheels are the 4 Vedas. The horses that pull this Chakraraja Ratha are the 4 Purusharthas, Dharma, Artha, Kama and Moksha. And its flag, Ananda Dwaja, flutters with the promise of bliss. She crosses the fiery fortress of Jwala Malini, directly confronting Bhandasura, the very heart of ignorance. The 79th name, Bhandasurendra Nirmukta Shastra Pratyastra Varshini, captures this intense exchange. It translates to she who hurled astras in response to the shastras hurled by Bhandasura. But this is more than just a battle of weapons, it's a clash of fundamental principles. Here, the nuances of the Sanskrit language are crucial to understanding the subtle meaning of this name. Bhandasura unleashes shastras, regular weapons and missiles. Lalita Devi, in her infinite power, counters with astras, divine weapons imbued with the power of mantras. Many of you would have heard of the Brahmastra, a weapon of immense power invoked through mantra shakti. In the age of Kali Yuga, we might think of such weapons as relics of the past. But Lalita Devi, who is mantra swarupam, personification of all mantras, wields them with effortless grace. Let's delve into the specific astras and shastras exchanged. Bhandasura launches a shastra called avidya, ignorance, the force that obscures our true nature. Lalita Devi responds with atma jnana, knowledge of the self, the only antidote to ignorance. He unleashes Andhata Misraka, the great darkness, which she dispels with Mahatarani Astra, the great sun. He fires Pakanda Shastra. Pakanda means heresy, atheism, disbelief in the Vedas, which she counters with Gayatri Astram. Gayatri is considered the mother of the Vedas. He sends Andhashastra, blindness. She subdues with Chakshushmata, endowment with eyes. He launches Shakti Nasha, destruction of Shaktis. She dispels with Vishwavasu. He releases Shastra called Antaka, weapon of death. She destroys with Mahamrityunjaya Astra, conqueror of death. He fires Sarvastra Smriti Nasha, destruction of memory. She counters with Dharana, retention of memory. He sends Bhaya, fear. She counters with Abhayankara Aindra, fearlessness. He unleashes Maharoga Shastra, great diseases. She responds with Namatraya Astra. Namatraya are the three names of Vishnu, Achyuta, Ananta, Govinda, which are said to have the power to destroy all diseases. He fires Ayur Nashana, destruction of longevity. She counters with Kala Sankarshini, control over time. He unleashes Mahasura Astra, a missile of Asuras. She responds by invoking Durga, the slayer of Asuras. He sends Mukastra, dumbness. She counters with Mahavagvadini, eloquence. Notice a pattern. Each of Bhandasura's weapons represent a form of ignorance or negativity, while Lalita Devi's astras embody the corresponding divine knowledge and power. Let's take a closer look. The first Shastra and Astra were Avidya and Atmajnana. Bhandasura's Avidya Shastra represents the fundamental ignorance that veils our true nature. It's the illusion that we are merely our bodies and minds separate from the divine. This avidya leads to suffering, fear, and a sense of incompleteness. Lalita Devi counters with Atma Jnanastra, the weapon of self-knowledge. This is the realization of our oneness with Brahman, the understanding that we are the Atma, the eternal blissful consciousness. This knowledge shatters the illusion of avidya, leading to liberation. Let's take the example of Andhata Misraka versus Mahatarani. Bhandasura's Andhata Misraka represents the overwhelming darkness of delusion and despair. It's the feeling of being lost, hopeless, and trapped in negativity. Lalita Devi responds with Mahatarani Astra, the weapon of the great sun. Just as the sun dispels physical darkness, this Astra dispels the darkness of delusion with the radiant light of wisdom and clarity. It symbolizes the power of knowledge to illuminate our path and lead us out of darkness. These examples illustrate the core message that this battle is not just a physical conflict. It's a symbolic representation of the eternal struggle between ignorance and knowledge, darkness and light, delusion and truth. It is also important to note that these astras used by Lalita are not just weapons. They are also the names of mantras used in Sri Vidya Upasana, possessing the power to destroy the negative tendencies represented by Bhandasura's Shastras, both in the cosmic battle and within us. For instance, Bhandasura launches Sarvastra Smritinasha, the weapon of memory destruction. This represents the mental state where we lose our connection to the spiritual teachings, past experiences, and even our own sense of self. Lalita Devi counters with Dharanastra, the weapon of memory retention. Dharana is a powerful mantra and a key practice in yoga and meditation. In Sri Vidya Upasana, the practice of dharana involves focusing the mind on a single point, strengthening our ability to remember and retain spiritual knowledge. The chanting of dharana mantra and the practice of dharana itself helps to cultivate mental clarity, strengthen our memory, and overcome the destructive effects of forgetfulness. So, the names of these astras are not merely symbolic, they are potent mantras, tools for inner transformation. The power of these mantras lies in their ability to purify our consciousness, invoke divine grace, and ultimately liberate us from suffering. As the cosmic battle intensifies, Bhandasura escalates his offensive, now wielding astras, weapons imbued with powerful mantras. In response, Lalita Devi performs an extraordinary feat, a testament to her supreme divinity. She invokes all 10 avatars of Vishnu directly from the tips of her fingernails. Karanguli Nakhotpanna Narayana Dashakritihi. The 80th name of the Lalita Sahasranamam translates to She who created the 10 avatars of Narayana from the tips of her fingernails. Just as we explored Ganesha's unique birth, this is another rare and powerful demonstration of Lalita Devi's command over the cosmos. Each avatara, a distinct manifestation of Vishnu's power, arises to counter a specific threat unleashed by Bhandasura, showcasing Lalita Devi's absolute mastery over all forces. For example, when Bhandasura unleashes the Arnavastra, missile of the ocean, submerging Lalita Devi's forces in a torrent of water, she invokes Kurmavatara from her right index finger. Just as Kurma supported Mount Meru during the churning of the ocean, he now supports the Shaktis, preventing them from drowning. When Bhandasura releases the Hiranyaksha Astra, she invokes Varaha Avatara from her right ring finger, who swiftly vanquishes Hiranyaksha. In a sense, Bhandasura invokes the Asuras vanquished by Vishnu in each of his avatars, and Lalita Devi, in her infinite power, counters by manifesting the corresponding avatara. Thus, the 80th name, Karanguli Nakhotpanna Narayana Dashakritihi, stands as a testament to Lalita Devi's unparalleled power and her role as the ultimate protector. By manifesting the 10 avatars of Vishnu from her fingernails, she demonstrates her absolute command over the forces of creation and preservation, reinforcing her position as the supreme Shakti. This divine act not only counters Bhandasura's onslaught, but also assures us that Lalita Devi's power is ever present, ready to manifest in countless ways to safeguard the universe and her devotees. We are reaching the climax of the battle. Until now, we saw that Lalita Devi responded to the missiles hurled by Bhandasura. In the next two names, however, the goddess takes the offensive, unleashing her own potent astras to destroy Bhandasura and his city Shunyaka. We will witness this decisive action in the next episode, so stay tuned. If you're finding this series insightful, please consider subscribing to my channel and pressing the notification bell so you don't miss the upcoming videos. Your likes are greatly appreciated as they help me reach a wider audience and share this valuable knowledge with those seeking to deepen their spiritual understanding. If you know someone who will benefit from this series, please share this video with them. Thank you for joining me on this sacred journey. May the grace and blessings of the goddess Lalita Tripurasundari guide and inspire you on your spiritual path. Om Shri Matre Namaha. Namaste.